Now, for all of you guys that have ordered those fretting packages, it's pretty simple, but I'm going to walk you through step by step how I go about making a dedicated fretting guard. I was able to drop the neck pickup down out of the way. So I'm just kind of pushing onto that vinyl pad to imprint the shape of the fingerboard on the underside. So that's where we start. So you can see that imprint of the fingerboard. Now we're back to the guitar. Slip that into place and mark on the underside. This is our cutaway. That's what we got next. Alright, we're back to the guitar one final time. Got to make sure that that neck pickup is dropped down out of the way. I did drop it down already, but I'm going to drop it down a little bit more so that we get a clean run with that mill file right to the last fret. This guitar, two things I noticed right away. This nut has been cut way too close. And I see this all the time on Gibsons. People are so desperate to get rid of that sharpness in the first position, they cut the nut too close and the strings start buzzing. As you've seen in dozens of videos I've posted already over the last few years, you need a compensated nut, and you will see when we're done. The fact that Eric couldn't keep this guitar in tune or even just get it in tune once was the main reason he shipped it up from Wyoming. When I put that compensated nut, I'll do the A to Z that I always do, and you'll hear this guitar play perfectly in tune. Second thing I noticed, beautiful bridge, very adjustable bridge on that, but these strings are virtually flat, straight across. They were not arched to the radius of the frets. The middle two strings are way too close, and there's all kinds of extraneous buzzing. They put the EVO frets in there, so the fret job itself is cleanly done, very nicely done. Here's a simple little trick I use to just pull those strings back out of the way. I don't want to take the strings off the guitar yet. Just going to pull them back so that I can get clean access to that last fret. Double it over like so, and grab those strings like so. Pull them back, and now we can take the radius off that top fret. So a lot of the time you end up having a compound radius, and this actually looks like it is a compound radius. It looks a little bit flatter up the top than it is here, which is a good thing. So the radius that you want is the radius that's closest to the bridge. You don't adjust the bridge radius for these frets, you adjust the bridge radius for the fret closest to the bridge. So we'll start by tracing that. Trace that radius again. It needs to be wide enough to span the saddles and the bridge. Okay, one last time we're going to scribe it end to end. So we have a perfect concave radius to match those frets. We're going to use that concave radius to trace a convex radius to create the matching radius gauge that'll go under the strings. Okay, now that we've got that radius gauge, perfect match to the fingerboard, we're going to tune it up again. I'm going to hike up those middle strings so they're up right out of the way. The foam rubber that I use for this radius gauge is very, very low density. Now that we've got the lay of the neck right, I'm going to adjust those two outside strings for optimum action. So I've now got those two outside strings adjusted for maximum action, and I'm going to just back off each string until it just kisses that radius gauge without actually pushing it down. Inevitably, what ends up happening is people get so desperate on these shorter scale Gibsons to get rid of that sharpness in the first position that they cut the nut too low, and then it ends up, it's buzzing. It's not about cutting the nut lower. That's not how we take care of it. You need a compensated nut to do this. That's why I've shipped these compensated nut blanks around the world to all the TechDecks guys, to my students, to my Patreon subscribers, and my YouTube subscribers, because the only way this guitar is going to tune is with a compensated nut. I see this so often. This spring had bottomed right out. In other words, the saddle was pulled back as far as it could possibly go, and the spring was bottomed out. So we need to cut a bit off that spring to gain a little bit more travel for that low E string. I did put a little drop of some medium strength Loctite on the threads of the height adjustment fasteners. But this is a 25¼ inch scale with 10 to 46 strings at concert pitch. All strings on this compensated nut are all negative values. You can see I cut into the body of the nut. First string, the B string went in even further. Even the G, which is very unusual, went in slightly past that leading edge. The D, the A, and the E, they all bite into the body of the nut to get this intonation to line up. Just wanted to share that with you because this is a horse of a different color. Again, 10 to 46 strings, 25¼ inch scale. Now that all of the ultra tweaking is done, I'm putting my third set of strings. Yeah, you heard that right. Third set of strings. So over the course of a day and a half, I've kind of tweaked and ultra tweaked this guitar to the point where this is it. It'll never be more in tune than it is right now. So the compensated nut, the lay of the neck, need a little bit of an edge dress too. The fret installation is nice. They did a good job. They use the EVO fret wire, and that's the Jesscar folks there in New York. Good people. Final set. Third set of strings on. Then we'll give you an intonation demo. String to string, fret to fret, chord to chord. All right, so now let's check the intonation. It's essentially a deluxe version of the Nighthawk. I always like these guitars. The triple pickup, the slanted humbucking pickup to get those strings to line up, and the simple volume tone 5-way switch, little mini humbucker. These are always my favorite humbucking pickup, the little mini Johnny Smith pickups. And one Strat pickup in the middle. They really got it all. It plays beautifully now. Eric had sent this up from Wyoming. They just could not get it in tune and use. Let's just go through the motions here. Okay, this is wide open neck pickup. This is the second position on those 5-way switches. I'm assuming it's these two pickups. That's pretty stratty sounding. Middle position of the 5-way switch. That must be the two outside pickups because I'm not hearing a single coil there. Okay, next position, fourth position, 2. And then bridge. And you can hear it's in tune. I need to make a point here because when this guitar came, it was really having tuning issues. You couldn't play chords to save your life. It's perfectly in tune now.